On today's episode of Beauty Behind the Brand, we're going to talk about getting out of your comfort zone. A lot of the past solos have been about personal growth, how to really scale and up-level your life in 2024. But I think comfort zone is really something that we need to talk about in order for you to grow and scale your business as well as your personal life. So let's dive into this episode because I've got some exciting news that is going to grow and scale our business and how I got over my comfort zone in getting to one of the biggest deals I've ever imagined Muskoka Beauty would have. Comfort zone is definitely something I feel like I've struggled with from a young age, as well as living in a small town. Comfort zone can come into our life in so many different ways. And I feel like, especially in my personal life, even coming up with like an out there outfit that I normally wouldn't wear, or eating some different food that might not be something I'm used to living in a small town, and as well as business decisions and growth and scale. I think a lot of it has to come with your mindset, and I think your upbringing, your personal beliefs, also what you think of yourself, what you think other people might think, and if it's even possible. With comfort zone, I believe that I really get in my own way. I know I was in a really good place back in, I would say, early 2020 before the pandemic happened. I would do anything and everything. I didn't even think twice about it. And I felt like I was really becoming who I wanted to be. During the pandemic, obviously lockdown, having a little bit of social anxiety going out and about. And I feel like I've really kind of sheltered myself the past few years and my growth. I know it probably doesn't seem like it online, but it's all things we go through, right? And being completely transparent on this podcast, I feel like I think a lot differently now about my decisions, but more on a personal level on what that decision's going to do for me moving forward. And sometimes putting yourself out to network groups or going to social events can be very overwhelming, but they can also be so rewarding, and connecting with the right people. So back a few months ago, I went to an event here in our one of the towns close by to us in Huntsville, and I met the most incredible woman, and we connected on a whole nother level when it came to business, as well as the vision of beauty, the beauty industry, where you can see products being sold, the marketing side, going on live television, and just the opportunity was there. And talking to someone with a bigger scope on life and seeing where anything can happen, and really admiring our brand and seeing the possibility. I think sometimes as a founder, there's these limited beliefs that, oh, I came up with this line and I don't know who would want to buy it, or, oh, I just sell to spas and salons. I don't think it would make sense to go somewhere else to sell this. And personally, Muskoka Beauty all started from a passion of the lash industry and seeing a hole in the market here in Canada and needing products for our talented technicians to really showcase their work, and something that was a luxury product at an affordable price. And we were able to create that. And then listening to our consumers during the pandemic, really needing something for at-home use, whether that was to actually properly take off makeup with a lash cleanser, or with our lash and brow enhancing serum, which is our best seller, or having our lip and eye treatments, as well as our sheet masks, which are also part of our essential line, which sell like hotcakes. And talking to someone kind of about our story makes me sometimes realize, like, wow, we have come a long way, and how much we have grown out of our comfort zone of our small town mentality and growing to a global scale. Even for us, working on our FDA approvals and our European approvals has been a huge task, and it has been years in the making. Really hoping this year we can finalize everything, have it so we can sell globally. And for me to think back to 5+ years ago, that thinking that was even a possibility, and growing out of that comfort zone has made me realize that it is possible. It just takes a lot of work and time. And sometimes it's not an overnight success, and that's okay, because I think it really makes you appreciate something on a whole other level. We've also gone through recalls where we had a recall that was a may contain situation, which after having testing and everything done, there was no ingredients that weren't supposed to be in our serum. And that was a huge setback. And I was almost ready to throw in the towel. We had lost so much money last year to try to reformulate, find formulations, really come up with something that could be made here in Canada, which was so important to us. And having two talented doctors working on our team to create this lash serum that could be sold anywhere and everywhere. And it also has the backing of having doctors that are actually formulating and helping us really research what raw ingredients need to go into the serum to create the best quality product for your lash and brows. We are also working on the eye area. So we wanted something that was fragrance free, something that was really optimal to make your lashes grow, but without the irritation and redness. And we were able to do that. Like I said, it took a lot of money and time and not giving up, which I think was the biggest thing for me not to throw in the towel, which was also the hardest. A lot of sleepless nights, a lot of having really tough conversations with distributors and wholesalers and consumers online or over the phone, explaining what had happened with the may contain. And we still don't have answers of exactly what happened or if it was maybe a competitor that was upset, but it really made us grow out of our comfort zone, showing that like we can reformulate something, we can move something to a different facility, we can outsource something to make us even better. And I'm almost fortunate now looking back that that did happen to us because it did make us a better company. It made me understand more of how to make something even better than it already was without really being upset with it, if that makes sense. Like really coming to peace with it. And like I said, I can now stand behind our products and say that they're even better than they already were. And I think as a founder, as a product line business, that is so important to keep making things bigger and better. And not just looking at the dollar value. Like, yes, it takes a lot more money and time for us to formulate each bottle at the same price we were already charging. But we now know that it is the best serum we could possibly make. And then we got eyes on our products recently from some huge subscription companies, some of the largest ones in the world, as well as some different like online shopping live episodes we've got going on as well. A lot of exciting things happening. We're still waiting for like the good okay to be able to publicly announce them, but there's just been so many amazing things happening. And I think it's just like, it's just something that I think is humbling that it's taken, yes, 5+ years to be able to say like, we are working with some of the biggest brands now in the world when it comes to retail, but it's also nerve-wracking and oh my gosh, like why do they want my products? Or am I filling out all of these different MSDS forms correctly to send to them? Is this document done correctly? Are our photos and our pricing and analytics correct? There's a lot of self-doubt, and I think that's the other thing is finding a team or finding an advisor that I have that has just made it incredibly easy for me to understand or ask questions and not think that there's ever such thing as a stupid question, I think is really important as well. We're all learning new things for the first time, and that's what getting out of your comfort zone is all about, is learning new things, feeling comfortable about learning. I personally wasn't really much of like a learner, I would say, until entrepreneurship. I'm very creative, which is great, which I think creates creativity and you're kind of interested on what things do or curious. And I never want to lose that, but I think you've got to see what actually fuels that creative play. They always say when you're in like a play state is usually when the best ideas come to you as creativity. And I think really putting yourself out there is really hard, getting out of your comfort zone and sending some of those emails, proposing some really great ideas to different wholesalers, distributors, different retail opportunities. Really openly brainstorming is really important too. I find even going to the spa and brainstorming ideas with the girls is sometimes when we have like the best ideas, when we're all sitting there and there's absolutely no judgment. Anyone can come up with an idea and really come up with an idea that might just spark a new interest in another person. And I think for you as a founder or someone working at another spa or a product line, I think coming up with ideas and feeling comfortable to talk about them is getting you out of your comfort zone. Hey there, beauty entrepreneurs and self-care enthusiasts. Are you looking to enhance your beauty business with a top-tier lash serum or simply seeking to elevate your own beauty routine? Look no further than Muskoka Beauty Lash and Brow Enhancing Serum. Proudly made in Canada, our serum offers the perfect blend of nourishing ingredients to naturally enhance your lashes and define those gorgeous brows. Whether you're aiming to retail a sought-after product or enhancing your personal beauty, Muskoka Beauty has you covered. And here's an exclusive offer just for our podcast listeners. Enjoy a fantastic 15% off discount on your order. Simply use the promo code podcast15 when visiting muskoka.com to claim your savings. Again, that's promo code podcast15 for 15% off our lash and brow serum. By the way, it is our best sellers, so can't wait to see your before and afters. And with our big deal that we have coming up, I just still am sitting here. I literally have the email open right now of the first purchase order, and it's just insane. It's literally life-changing for not only myself, but the product line itself. And knowing that it's almost got longer legs and it's able to actually run with this. And it's validation of knowing wow, after how many years of not ever pulling personal funds out of this business and just keep putting them back in and keep going with it, you really hope that it's going to pay off one day. And I feel like that day has come a little bit sooner than I expected. And it's just so rewarding. So when this feeling happens, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just the most amazing feeling. And I want to almost record this episode today so I can go back to this recording and really listen to it on how I felt. I almost feel like I'm in shock. It hasn't hit me yet. We officially did send out the order last week. It's now landed in their warehouse in the States, and it's going to be in some of these subscription boxes for the winter Christmas season. And then hopefully the next one is going to be the biggest one we have, which is the purchase order that we were definitely brainstorming about before taking on this contract. And yeah, it's all happening. And sometimes we were just at a high school reunion a couple weeks ago, John and I, and we were talking to some of his old classmates, and we were just talking about business and all these things. And I think sometimes I have a lot of things going on between the podcast, the spa, as well as the product line. And I feel like I tell people what I do, and it's almost holy crap, you do a lot. But it's also I enjoy every part of it. It doesn't seem like work. Those people are just how do you do it all? I have an amazing team. I would not be able to do what I do without my team. I think we all truly enjoy what we do. And it's brainstorming and collaborating together. And I always say we instead of I when it comes to business. I know there's some really amazing quotes about that, about entrepreneurship, but it is true. There's no I in team. And even sometimes these solo entrepreneurs might say we or my team, because there are contract workers, there are people that are helping them, maybe virtual assistants, and it does happen. It grows and it becomes something more than you could ever imagine once you get out of that comfort zone. And I think creating goals, we're always about creating goals and coming up with all these amazing ideas and things we want to do in the next year to come. And I think the biggest thing before creating those goals is getting out of your comfort zone and realizing what's holding you back from your comfort zone. It might be beliefs that you had growing up as a kid, or maybe your demographic of where you live, or anything really. That's what I love about the podcast, is hearing people's stories and how they broke that barrier of getting out of their comfort zone on a lot of these entrepreneurship journeys. And it kind of gives you that validation that anything's possible. It's sometimes when you least expect it, honestly. I went to that event in Huntsville not thinking I would know anyone or run into anyone, and it ended up being a life-changing opportunity of someone I met. And I did put myself out there. She was one of the guest speakers, and I went up and spoke to her after the event. And yeah, it's just been a life-changing opportunity. And I think that is the biggest thing, is what are you going to do to get yourself out of that comfort zone? Or start with little things to get you out of your comfort zone, whether that's waking up in the morning and putting on some different colored lipstick, or trying on a new pair of shoes that is something you probably wouldn't wear on a day-to-day basis. But really start with those small things and putting yourself out there, and you never know what's going to happen. I think with also what I haven't even mentioned is with all of these changes and growth, I've personally been the one in the storage unit filling all of the orders and hand bombing all these boxes that come in and refilling orders for distributors and wholesalers. And it's becoming a lot. I think it's this November, we have over 90 some boxes getting delivered. And I was like, I can't do this anymore. There was just this wall of realization that came over me that I cannot do this on my own. And it's at the point where like I could hire more people to help me fill orders, but we're in such a small area to do so, as well as just life. Like I'm in there all day, every day, sometimes filling orders, and it's so rewarding. I love it. I absolutely love filling orders. It's so satisfying. I love being able to talk one-on-one with clients and customers and doing in-store pickups and drop-offs. It's great. I absolutely love it. But for the sustainability of the business and the growth, I definitely needed to come up with a better solution. So I spoke to one of my sales representatives who sells one of the other products that we purchase at the spa. And I just asked her, like, who do you guys use for fulfillment in Toronto? Like, we're really needing someone, like maybe even like a boutique one to start with. And she sent us names of these two gentlemen that own one. They own a branch in Vancouver as well as Mississauga. And they're like the nicest people I've ever met. Just so caring, so like just so grateful. And they've been doing business for over 25 years. I went to their fulfillment center, I would say back in either July or August. And they have such a well-oiled machine there. It is so clean. It's all Health Canada approved and it's all barcoded. So my sister and I are actually sending all of our products there. We're actually going to be taking a U-Haul. My sister's not part of the business, but I feel like she's my helping hand when I need things. So we're going to be taking a U-Haul down to Mississauga, which is just about 2 hours from here in Muskoka. And we're going to be delivering everything. I priced out how much it would cost to ship everything. And I thought, you know what, this is such a great opportunity to get some content, spend time together, and take product to the new fulfillment center. So it's bittersweet. We've been in the spa where we had a very small amount of inventory when we would sell products out of there for Muskoka Beauty. Then I moved to like this basement, I don't know, it was like underneath a store where we would sell product out of there as well, for just online as well as pickup. But the hours weren't that great for me to be able to get in and out of there because it was only when the store was open. And then I found this other like storage unit by my sister's place. So it was actually great. We shared the same unit. And it just worked out. It's been over 2 years there. So it's really sad to say goodbye to our little mini storage unit, but it's also bittersweet that we've grown out of it, which is a great sign. And even my landlords there said the same thing, that it's a great thing that you're growing out of it. And yeah, it's hard to believe like our little business is now going global and we actually physically need people to fill orders for us. And don't worry, I'm still going to be involved with the purchasing of, and like they go through everything. Like they're going to be more thorough probably than I even will be because they have to count everything. They've got to do all quality control. They've got to do everything to get it out and going. And they will all be shipped out the same day before 4:00. There's just so many things that it's just, even when I'm on holidays, honestly, I have to get one of the other girls from the spa to come fill orders. And I almost have to like retrain them because it's been so long that we had done it. And then the stress of when I'm away, if I get a big distributor order and trying to explain to them how to like ship and box it, invoicing, just everything. So this is amazing that it's happening. But it's also out of my comfort zone because I'm like, someone else is going to be filling all these orders and packing them. And yeah, it is what it is. And I think for us to be able to grow and scale this business, it's what we have to do. Also, like if I got 90 some boxes delivered to that storage unit, it would be the entire area. I don't even know how I would like move around in there. We have a lot of our holiday bundles launching very, very soon for Muskoka Beauty. So stay tuned for those. They are selling like hotcakes to all of our distributors. Like I can't even keep them in stock right now. That's what all these 90 some boxes are, is a lot of this back order. And it's continually back ordered. I thought I had more than enough product, but Murphy's Law, when you think you have enough, you don't have enough. So super happy that the whole bundle idea has come to life and it's actually working. Danny and I have a lot of good insight on when it comes to sales and what to actually put out there. But again, getting out of our comfort zone, doing something different this year has really paid off, and really customizing a lot of the marketing as well as pre-planning our like actual holiday shopping photos, the content, everything's pre-planned and we are so organized. But yeah, that is like the latest update. I just feel like I will be able to hopefully share very soon on actually who we're working with and some of the live television opportunities we have going on. But yeah, it is happening. 2025 is going to be a whirlwind. Like, I think 2024 was like putting in the work, making things happen with our new website, as well as now with the fulfillment and contracts. And it's just happening. 2025 is going to be insane. And I'm so excited for it. I'm also very nervous, but I feel like I'm already out of my comfort zone. So I might as well just keep rolling with it. And it's such a freeing feeling, if that makes sense. Like, you're just going to feel so free once you do something that you're so scared or nervous of, or signing a contract that you're not sure of, whether that's like a lease agreement or a contract with working with another business, or even like a new job opportunity. Really feel it out. Think about it for a long time. I also like had to run numbers multiple times because I was like, this is too good to be true. My husband, John, is like absolutely incredible with business. He's so smart when it comes to numbers and really being realistic with how things work. He is in finance, so that's also really helpful for me because I am an esthetician through and through. Business for me comes naturally, but I feel like sometimes the number game is all French to me. So I was looking at these numbers and I'm like, does this make sense? Does this actually, is this going to happen? And he's like 100%. Like, there's no loss in this. It's the best opportunity for you to get your name out there globally and to be able to actually get your product in people's hands with a subscription model, as well as some of these other shopping opportunities. So yeah, I will keep you updated once we get the ball rolling. Also, stay tuned on Muskoka Beauty on Instagram, Beauty Behind the Brand on Instagram. We're going to be posting so much of behind the scenes of things happening. So it's bittersweet saying goodbye to our mini storage unit, but it is so exciting for the new scalability for the new opportunities we have going on with Muskoka Beauty. And yeah, just getting out of your comfort zone. You're only going to grow if you do that. And I think 2025 is just going to be amazing for everyone. I've got a good feeling about it. So set your goals, get out that comfort zone, and let's do this. Thanks so much, everyone, for listening, and stay tuned for next week's episode.